John C. Maxwell once said, "One of the greatest values of mentors is the ability to see ahead what others cannot see and to help them navigate a course to their destination." Your organization is only as strong as your people. If your people don't grow as individuals, then your ability to grow as a company will be compromised. Plenty of executives pay lip service to the idea that their people are their most valuable asset, but tragically, very few put that into practice. The fact is, if you want to take your organization to higher levels, you need to ensure your people are being mentored. You can do this by encouraging leaders and supervisors to proactively mentor their people, as well as by creating an actual formal mentoring program or system. In this course, we're going to show you how to do exactly that.
"71% of Fortune 500 companies have mentoring programs. 25% of employees who enter mentoring programs see salary grade changes, compared to only 5% of workers who do not participate, and they're promoted 5 times more often. Finally, employees who are mentored have a 22% higher retention rate than non-mentored employees. These statistics show that mentoring is an increasingly important area that businesses should focus on. Our course is going to consist of a series of critical discussion points. These are designed to cover this broad topic as thoroughly as possible, to encourage growth in these vital areas, and to facilitate a real and fruitful discussion within your organization about how you can each improve on this essential characteristic both at work and in your personal lives in general. Some of these will be pretty lengthy, and some will be relatively straightforward and brief. At the very end of this roadmap comes the most important final step: discussion time. Do not skip this. This is the most important part of this training. When you've finished this course, you need to spend at least an hour or so going over the questions we supply at the end as a group. Whoever's the head honcho in the group should designate a facilitator whose responsibility it is that each question is covered and that everyone, time permitting, is able to have their say. Make sure all contributions are valued, all suggestions considered, and all opinions respected. So let's move into the first discussion point. Build an authentic relationship. Every mentoring should start off on the right foot. To form a bond with your employees, you need to make sure that they feel comfortable. An authentic relationship means that the employer and mentee should have mutual respect and understand each other. You can do this by doing the following. Show warmth and interest. As a mentor, let your employees feel that you're someone who's easy to approach and that you care about them not just as employees, but as individuals. Show kindness and let them feel your warmth. This will enable them to loosen up and feel comfortable. Initiate a friendly greeting. Instead of just diving right into the serious stuff, why not start the day with a friendly greeting? Ask questions such as, "How is it going?" or "How was your weekend like?" Open-ended questions initiate a more casual and relaxed conversation. Combine humility with humor. They may seem different, yet these qualities both contribute to a successful employer-mentee relationship. Humility makes a mentor a good role model for the employees. On the other hand, showing your employees that you are laid back makes them feel comfortable, and they will see you as a fun person to be with. Have a relaxed demeanor. When meeting an employee, it would be a good practice to relax your posture. If the employee makes a particularly sensitive or important point, lean in to show that you are interested. Not a matchmaking process. Pairs shouldn't be chosen only because their personalities are compatible. It's not a blind date. A match should be based on the skills of the mentor and the needs of the mentee. Acknowledge their strengths. As a mentor, your primary job is to help your employees reach their full potential. You do this by letting them recognize their strengths and help them build around it. One of the qualities of a good mentor is his attention to detail. He or she should pay attention to what people do outside of work to see what talents and gifts they possess. As you get to know them, find out what they do after work and see how this aligns with their roles in the workplace. Gain their trust. A high level of trust is needed in order to have an effective mentor-mentee relationship. A sign of mutual trust is seen by how an employee communicates with its mentor. When employees trust their mentor, they are confident to say what's on their mind, sharing their goals and concerns to you. Of course, as with any relationship, building trust takes time and patience. To build their trust, make it your habit to do the following. Acknowledge every accomplishment they make. A simple thank you is more powerful than you can imagine. A single commendation can uplift their spirits and will surely motivate them to keep working harder. Hearing someone appreciating their work will surely mean the world to them. Be the one who sets the pattern. A successful mentoring is a two-way process. Model the behavior that you'd expect from your employees. Teach by example. It starts with you. Be the person that you should be, a role model. Assist employees who need time off. Some people might have hit rock bottom. There will be times that they will experience severe stress from losing a loved one, an ended relationship, or sickness. At these lowest points of their lives, be there to complete or assist them with assignments. Being aware of their limitations will make you more reasonable and sympathetic when they face these situations. Seek help when making tough decisions and feedback. You can't always rely on yourself. An opinion or two can help you to make the right decision. However, don't let your ego overpower you. Instead, be transparent and approachable. Allow your employees to speak openly, and don't be afraid to take criticism. Ask for suggestions. Let them know that you want to hear their thoughts. Help them pursue stretch goals. As a mentor, your job is to motivate them to create goals and help them to reach it. Don't be afraid to encourage them to dream big and aim high with stretch goals. Stretch goals are somewhat impossible ambitions that can only be achieved if you strive harder than ever before. To persuade them to reach these goals, you need to ask leading questions to know what's on their mind. Ask them, where do you see yourself in 5 years? 10 years? After establishing the objective, help them to make a path to their goals by creating measurable milestones. This will prevent employees from feeling overwhelmed or lose confidence. Instead, they will remain focused and keep their eyes on the prize. Identify leadership skills. An excellent mentor easily identifies the leadership potential of an employee. Qualities of a leader should include being proactive, reliable, and mindful in their work, and somehow just steps up and takes matters into their own hands when needed. Another thing to keep in mind is that skill outweighs degree. A lot of employees have the potential of improving in a certain aspect despite not having a degree for that skill. Remember that your future leaders are not the ones with the highest degrees. Rather, they're the ones that others will go to for help and continuously rely upon. For instance, let's say that one of your employees with an associate's degree displays more initiative, accuracy, and a good facility for numbers than the other one with a bachelor's. It would certainly be foolish to treat someone as inferior for having a lesser education. Instead, why not maximize his potential by turning him into an accountant department leader, and one day, maybe even the CFO? Train them by experiential learning. As a mentor, you need to give your employees first-hand experience in various roles throughout the company. For example, let's say an employee displays diligence, sound judgment, and a burning passion to excel more for the company. To help him move to a senior management position, you need to maximize his skills. You do this by rotating him through different jobs to expose him to all aspects of the company. Utilizing him will push him to go past his comfort zone. Additionally, rotating them through different jobs enhances their existing skills, improves their weaknesses, and cultivates new skills. Remember that the key to gain new expertise and have an overall understanding of the company in a real-time environment is by giving them exposure to different divisions. However, don't leave them hanging on their own. As soon as you place them into these new, unfamiliar roles, it's important to continue the conversation. Explain why it's important to learn an unfamiliar role. What will he learn during the process, and what personalities he should expect of the department he's moving into. Combine mentoring with coaching. Coaching and mentoring are interchangeable and often mistaken from one another. They are powerful development programs that both play vital roles in turning employees into leaders. Mentoring generally occurs over a longer period of time and has the objective of shaping an individual for the future. Coaching, on the other hand, normally focuses on the short term. Coaching helps an employee overcome a specific and timely issue or weakness. Incorporating coaching with mentoring shapes an employee, allowing him to reach his full potential. Find a mentor buddy. If mentoring seems overwhelming, remember that you don't have to carry all the weight. You can have a mentoring buddy to assist you. Having a support system lessens your load, helping you to not compromise the quality of your assistance. A mentor buddy has the same responsibilities of the principal mentor, but they are usually a coworker and a more experienced peer of the new employee. The mentoring buddy's main role is to assist you in helping the new employee to become fully knowledgeable so they can easily fit into the organization. This buddy relationship can be long-term and can develop a form of friendship between employees. A mentor buddy often works in the same or a similar job as of the trainee. Having a common ground, they play a special role in helping new employees adapt to the actual job by training them. They are also responsible for introducing the new employee to other members of the organization. They also provide additional assistance for employees. A good example would be taking the new employee out to lunch with a small group or making sure that the employee is meeting the appropriate managers and members of the senior team. Injecting the buddy system in mentoring can establish a new and effective employee orientation that can produce successful employees. Establish identities by career mentoring. There are a lot of types of mentoring. Probably the most common mentoring program of all is career mentoring. This mentoring process is what we often see in the workplace. A conventional career mentoring can last up to 6 to 12 months. In order to absorb skilled employees and develop potential leaders, it's vital to understand an employee's career objectives and align them with the organization's goals. Career mentoring focuses on two important areas: career development and leadership development. These areas help employees acquire new skills and create engagement with coworkers and the organization. Career mentoring encourages a learning culture that allows companies to establish an active role in spreading knowledge and excellent practices throughout their organization. Executed well, this will eventually lead to happier employees and a better retention rate, making the organization stronger and more efficient. Having a type of mentoring that is focused on learning and development enables employees to make advancements to their careers and keep them from feeling unproductive. When you offer a formal career mentoring program to your employees, it's as if you're saying, "I believe in you. I see your potential. I trust your skills, and I know you'll help this company grow." The collective nature of career mentoring develops employees as well as their social connections. This mentoring program sharpens their skills, gains new expertise, and form a companionship at work, all of which result in increased engagement. Keep them on top of the chain by high-potential mentoring. This type of mentoring is focused on the best of the best. High-potential mentoring creates a network between rising stars and the elite, forming a mutual link. This type of mentorship is what nurtures a company's leadership chain. No doubt, high-potential employees are a valuable asset to any company. However, the more elite they are, the harder it is to retain them in your company. A high-potential mentoring's primary objective is to increase retention by taking care of the employees. Carefully cultivating these special ones will ensure you that you'll be able to appoint someone to a higher position when needed. This is imperative, for the health and future of every organization is at stake. It's important to act swiftly, engage these trailblazers while giving them exposure to different perspectives of the business. Foster their leadership skills and ensure that they're learning what they need to grow as a leader. This results in improved engagement, productivity, and lower attrition costs. Rewards from high-potential mentoring include personal attention, guidance, and professional development. This mentoring is specifically designed to provide swift learning so they can take on leadership positions as soon as possible. Have a wide array of talents with diversity mentoring. Diversity mentoring has been a convenient preference for a lot of companies who want to attract and retain top talent. The goal of this mentoring program is to create pairs of mentors and employees to have one-to-one sessions, developing a diverse bundle of talents. Having a diverse community where various perspectives circulate boosts innovation and creativity that highly affects the core of the company. In fact, research from McKinsey & Company shows that having ethnically diverse and gender-diverse organizations are 35% and 15% more likely to achieve financial returns above the average. Developing and absorbing diverse talent is a given with this type of mentoring program. But another thing that diversity mentoring creates is a community containing various skills that can be utilized for all aspects of the company. When a company offers a diversity mentoring program, they are, in effect, differentiating themselves from their competitors while providing long-term support for their employees. With a wide range of employees, diverse mentoring enables people to inject various ideas, opinions, and experiences that can be beneficial for everyone. Promoting cultural awareness is another key factor in why diverse mentoring creates a more collective society. Trust, kinship, sympathy, encouragement. These are just some of the qualities that this development program provides, thanks to having a diverse workforce. Diverse mentoring breaks cultural barriers and gives employees an opportunity to voice out their concerns, seek advice, and find solutions for their respective problems. Having such a camaraderie enables your employees to work at their peak performance. Keep employees up to date with reverse mentoring. Reverse mentoring is an unconventional and somewhat bizarre type of mentoring compared to the previous mentoring models. This type of mentoring pairs an older, more experienced employee with a younger, less experienced newcomer. This type of mentoring program can be implemented in a one-on-one or a group setting basis. In this case, the younger employee will serve as the mentor. Their responsibility is to provide the senior company members with up-to-date information on the latest business technologies, technical skills, and workplace trends. However, increasing modern awareness to the elders isn't the only benefit from this program. It also creates bonds between seniors and the common sorts. Reverse mentoring breaks down age barriers, creating a continuous stream of knowledge. This leads to a more acquainted and deft workforce. This type of mentoring is extremely beneficial for our senior employees. This program will help them to gain insight into the latest trends and technologies, as well as learning how to interact with the millennial culture. Surprisingly, according to a survey by PGI, 70% of non-millennials say they are open to reverse mentoring. On the other hand, the younger employee can see wider visibility of macro-level management issues from the perspective of the executive mentees. Reverse mentoring can also serve as a bridge that connects millennials and senior leaders so they can supply each other's needs. Develop collectively by using mentoring circles. A mentoring circle is a development program that allows employees to find like-minded peers and develop together as a group. Each circle has a leader, an employee, that designates a number of participants and sets where, when, and why the circle will meet. It's best to cap 5 to 8 employees per circle. Mentoring circles have been increasingly popular thanks to Sheryl Sandberg's Lean In movement. Since employees own and run the circles, this type of program is admin-friendly. No wonder a lot of companies are adopting this mentoring model. These circles traverse across members, creating a vast exchange of knowledge. This leads to an improved innovation that results from connecting people with various skill sets who are interested in solving the same problem. When you give the employees a chance to connect with coworkers who have the same interests, you allow them to create bonds between people who they haven't interacted with before. Fun fact: in Gallup's Q12 employee surveys, he actually includes the question, "Do you have a best friend at work?" This goes to show how important it is to have a companion at your workplace. Finding like-minded associates at work upholds a sense of belonging. Mentoring circles can also serve as an extra layer of support for employees. Many organizations have created mentoring circles specifically for certain employee groups such as veterans, women in STEM, LGBTQ employees, and others. Delegate tasks to others. A lot of times we feel that in order to have something done right, you need to do it yourself. However, you can't always have time for everything. Why not considering handing over some of your duties to others? Sadly, a lot of business owners find it difficult to delegate because they tend to become perfectionists. In fact, some would want a particular way of how things should be accomplished. But what if someone new may get things done by using a different approach that is equally or more effective? Would you say that you would rather do it yourself because you can't trust the person and his process? However, if you don't grant trust through delegation, how would you let your employees reach their maximum potential? Humbly assign the work. Let them do their thing, and eventually, they will do better. Carefully explain the results you want to see. Set parameters. Determine what support the employee needs, and set times to conduct progress reviews along the way. Regularly check in on them. Checking in on your employees is a great way to assess their progress and form a camaraderie. A guaranteed way to save time and develop trust is to ask questions on a regular basis, such as, "Is there something that bothers you? How can I help? What would you like to learn in order to get better? Looking back on the week, is there anything that could have gone better? What changes do you need to make to improve your overall performance?" When you respond with positive feedback, you encourage greater openness and transparency. You can have a clear vision of where their challenges lie and guiding them to help themselves to succeed. However, when being super busy, you might be tempted to just let challenged employees figure things out for themselves. However, neglected employees will surely weaken in overly stressful and unsupportive environments. Their performance will suffer, or much worse, they will seek employment elsewhere. Let them know that you are ready to help. Build up good performance. Demonstrate a positive behavior when seeing your employees making quality work with the same effort that you catch them when performance doesn't go as well as needed. Keep on the watch. As a mentor, you should be vigilant at all times. This can include identifying threats in organizational forces, as well as recognizing positive opportunities. You should also be on the lookout for issues like rumors, conflicts, shortcuts through the system, and recognizing low visibility assignments and high visibility assignments. Provide guidance and counsel. You're not just a teacher. You can also be a trusty confidant, a personal advisor to your mentee. This is necessary, especially when the relationship grows deeper over time. Help your employees to understand conflicts or how to deal with their problems. Timely warnings are also a big help. Addressing the possible issues that shouldn't come up in the workplace. For example, you may explain a certain attitude that can be a poor fit with the organizational culture. Being a teacher, your responsibility is to share your knowledge, experiences, and by giving them tasks that will help them grow and develop professionally. As a mentor, another part of your job is to train your employees to become critical thinkers so they can solve problems on their own. Be a personal advisor who helps guide mentees to draw their own conclusions. Prepare well. Preparation is vital to success when mentoring employees. One of the biggest mistakes a mentor can make is just winging it. To conduct a successful mentoring session, you must have a clear and organized agenda, the direction you want to take the meeting. Have specific goals or objectives for the coaching session. Be able to determine expectations and performance standards for the employee. Prioritize when having multiple goals. Gather facts. Anticipate objections and be ready to respond. Warmly give praise to the employee for what they are doing well. Prepare the employee. Have them come prepared to tell you what they think they do well and where they can make improvements. Identify key traits. Picking future leaders is not simply looking at their skill set and choosing the best ones. When you are looking for someone with the essentials, be sure to keep a lookout for these key traits. Empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. This trait is essential for successful leaders as leadership is all about relatability. By having a perspective from behind the curtain, Leaders can adjust communication styles and approaches to better manage their teams. Observe your employee. Does she seem to care about her coworkers? Communicate with her and observe her reactions. Her authentic responses will indicate her true level of empathy. Poise. According to dictionary.com, poise is a dignified, self-confident manner, or one who has composure. Obviously, confidence is needed for a leader to create a following. How can you convince employees that a new initiative will be exciting and profitable when you yourself doubt about it? When your employees adapt to change and utilize their existing skills to make decisions and learn from them, their confidence will surely develop in no time. Risk takers. Leaders are not those who go along with the pack and do whatever they do. True leaders take risks. Take, for example, the life of Walt Disney, the owner of Disneyland. Did you know that in 1921 he almost went bankrupt? Imagine if, in that lowest point of his life, he decided to give up. It would be hard to imagine a life without the happiest place on earth. Observe your employee. Are they bold to speak up in meetings when they have new ideas? Do they try new methods to succeed? And if they fail, do they try again? A true leader is one who wants to make a difference. They are those who gather strength to speak up for what is best despite having the fear of failure. Attention to detail. Handling business goals and objectives require a great amount of focus. From company-wide projects to an employee's day-to-day job duties, these goals should always be a leader's priority. For instance, take note of how a particular employee you're considering for a management role approaches a new assignment. Is he known for taking time to research, ask questions, and identify matters that might have been missed? A sign of an employee with an attention to detail can be discerned when the project is completed with no unaddressed concerns left on the table. As he gains more experience, he will know how to apply this skill to the overall business, somehow turning it as second nature. Ambition. A leader always plans with a vision in mind. They draw a game plan of how the business should go. Without a defined direction, it would be pointless to manage a team. Observe your employee. Does she just take assignments as they come and finish them like usual? Or does she take every opportunity to innovate? Does she just do what's been asked of her? Or is she always looking for new ways to become more efficient? When employees show genuine interest in the company's future, they are the ones who are most likely to project the corporate vision as leaders. But remember, to fulfill a vision, one must have a solid basis. Having a vision should include research and credible blueprints, not just grandiose propositions filled with unsubstantiated ideas. Optimistic. Communication with the proper voice is imperative when sharing visions and motivations. An optimistic perspective incites, motivates, and inspires others. An excellent leader communicates in a strategic approach while laying down situations that the company might face. They also have the ability to relay the vision and goals of the company in a positive and engaging way. For example, if a leader is presenting her plan for getting the company out of debt to employees, she must carefully manage her tone. She should be balanced, not diving too deep of how deep the topic is. Instead, the goal should be to uplift spirits with hope for a promising future. When you earn the respect of your employees, they will listen. They will take into heart your words. Leaders should ensure their voices are aligned with the way they want their messages to be perceived. Build connections. Always look out for opportunities for your mentees. Let them join your management meetings and connect them with people in your network. And now, It's discussion time, the most important part of this training. Whoever's the head honcho in the group should designate a facilitator whose responsibility it is that each of the questions you see on your screen is covered and that everyone, time permitting, is able to have their say. Make sure all contributions are valued, all suggestions considered, and all opinions respected.